Most of the people who had tinnitus are people that like to be in control. My name is Stella and I am the kosher mime because I do mime for, especially for Jewish women, and I bring Torah in mime. In Facebook, I found the Tinnitus website and I saw the CoVisions, and I got your tape. I forgot the name because now I have jet lag. The name of the video about tinnitus is very funny.
Oh, in the documentary?
Yeah, I got this and...
Devil's Symphony. It was
and then, I want to find a solution, a cure or something for tinnitus, and I am always reading and looking around.
You've had tinnitus, Dad, for really 20 years. You have had it and have it for about 17 years or so. Right. How long have you had tinnitus?
A little more than 2 years.
2 years.
And it was a shock. The first year it was very hard for me because I was not born with that noise, so I had quiet in my head.
You did a mime for us with music and listening to loud
music. Well,
because
I'm not a rock and roll person. I don't know how it came. I'm telling you, there are many reasons for tinnitus. It's not just to listen loud music. So nobody knows exactly the reason. There are a lot of theories.
So you just woke up one day and it was there, or it came on?
During the day it came on and I said, hey, what's that? I did like this, and then it stayed. I went to the internet and I said, oh.
Did it run in the family?
No.
People say it sounds like crickets or electricity. What does yours sound like?
A mix of humming, cricket, electricity, anything you want. Also, I had a lot of wax in my ears, and so they flash water. The doctor said it's not good. It's not a real way to clean the wax. But all my family accumulate wax, and I don't have tinnitus.
And you have it in both ears, or 1 ear more?
1 ear more. Ear.
Which ear?
This one.
Okay, and so mine also
yeah.
And I lost my hearing in the ear also at the same time.
Oh, but you were into music, no?
Not so much, no. It was from noise.
Oh.
Okay, but I already talked about it, so
yeah. Also, I know that it's from the brain that interpret wrong things. It's also the brain, I know. So I do things that reach the brain. I do aromatherapy. For me, it works. The idea is not to cure the tinnitus, but to lower it. The body needs carbon dioxide, not just oxygen. So there is a way to breathe and to control your pulse doing that method, and you can lower the pulse. And I noticed that when I lower the pulse, it lowers the tinnitus. The oxygen cannot go to the cell without the carbon dioxide. So you don't breathe with your mouth. If you breathe with your mouth, you lose all the carbon dioxide. By keeping the mouth closed, some carbon dioxide stays.
I did some work, volunteer work in hospice care, and I was told at a certain point the carbon dioxide is more important than the oxygen. There's
right.
something happening
this is
where you literally...
So this is a Russian guy, I forgot his name, Butойnik, I don't know how to spell it, but he was taking care of people close to death, and he noticed that they were gasping. And the reason they were gasping is because they didn't have the carbon dioxide to help the oxygen. It was not just the oxygen. So from there, he created the technique of the importance of breathe with your mouth closed.
So maybe there's potential research that would...
Yeah.
It's hard to...
Yeah, it's very good. And I do something else for all this to relax me, because there's nothing else I can do. It's the tapas technique. There is a lady in Los Angeles that it's kind of your own meditation. The way you put your hands is like where the tefillin touches. And then you are very positive and you talk to your body, and anything that lowers the tinnitus you do. This is one of the things I do too. And the aromatherapy.
And not...
I sense that in your mime, you mimed taking medicine for the drugs.
This is my
it sounds
first,
like you really don't want to be doing that.
I did it the first year. I never took medicine in my life, and I forced, I was so sick, and the teacher said, you have to take something, because I could not fall asleep, and I was crying, and my mouth hurt, and I said, I said, what do I live like this? I don't want it. Then the doctor said, she convinced me to take Zoloft. So I took Zoloft a little bit, because I always against drug. And then I learned with the Zoloft how to relax. And then I stopped taking it, and then I relax. I try to the most important when you have tinnitus is you have a good night's sleep. If you have a good night's sleep,
Yes,
you can survive.
it's true with migraine headaches and a lot of things.
Yeah. I have a bottle of lorazepam that anti-anxiety, because this is what I took the first year. I took Zoloft and lorazepam, and then I go to sleep. I go to bed, and I say, "Don't worry. If you don't fall asleep, you take lorazepam," and that's it. I've traveled with it. I have not taken it, Baruch Hashem, but this is what I do. Yes.
So here, maybe every couple times a week or something, you do have to take something.
No, it has been like maybe once every 2 weeks. It depends. Sometimes I try to relax with all the things I learned. The breathing technique of sending oxygen to the ear. You do like this, and then this is a yoga breath.
Sure.
So you visualize that you send oxygen to the ear. It relaxes. This is one of the best exercise.
Do you think this is probably the most weighted question? Do you think tinnitus? You found homeopathic ways of helping to control it, helping it be a little bit better. Mm-hmm. Do you think there's ever going to be in American English the silver bullet, or British English maybe too? Do you think there's ever going to be a silver bullet, as it were, one single cure, a pill, an operation, something that's going to cure tinnitus?
I'm not convinced, because nobody knows. It's so complicated, the brain. Mostly comes from the brain. And the only thing I believe that you can do things to lower it. My noise is not constant. People who have damaged ear has always the same range, the same sound. Me, it's depends what I eat or how I feel, or if I didn't sleep well. So now I talk to my tinnitus. You write a letter, but I talk to my tinnitus, and the tinnitus tell me don't eat that, don't eat that. And there are things that I don't eat, because I know the increases. It's like the tinnitus is trying to tell me what is good for me and bad for me.
A lot of people we've talked to, and you saw in the movie, for instance, thought of killing themselves.
Yeah, I thought about. Everybody thinks about death, because how can you live like this? But what things I did is I continue living my normal life. I did whatever jobs and whatever things I did. And also I know it's the brain, because when I mime, I don't hear anything.
So it's basically keeping busy, but busy.
There is some part of the brain that hides the tinnitus when you are doing something that you like a lot.
I know.
I pray a lot. And I try to do more things that I didn't do before. And this is the positive things.
I asked you before where you're from, because some cultures see tinnitus as
a sound of the universe, for example.
I don't see like that. No,
enlightenment almost.
No, I see a defect of my body, of my brain. People, when I went 2 years ago, I said, you are old, this is it. It's just something it's not working.
What can you say to somebody who's starting out with tinnitus?
Well, don't give up. Everybody can find their way to at least lower the noise. If you lower it, we should be grateful. I'm grateful if there are a way to measure the tinnitus, right? I measure myself sometimes I have 10, 12. And if I have 2, I'm very grateful for. With 2, I can survive. It's okay, This is so to do anything that you can relax and use the other senses to cover
what?
Or the other senses, like look at beautiful things for the eyes, smell, the aromatic goes straight
What is
to
that? What
aromas
is that like?
therapy. Well, there is a moshav here who sells the aromas therapy. So the idea is that the brain is so complicated that the smell, by smelling something good for you, it goes straight to the brain.
What do you smell? What does it smell
Well,
like?
there are oils that come from all over the world, from India. So everybody has a special smell that they like. So I have one that lavender is good for me. When I am like this, I smell lavender. It goes to my brain. I try anything except not to take lorazepam. You know, when sometimes.
Because why?
I don't like drugs. I don't like even. I'm not used to.
I think your mime said it without words. Why you don't let that it's spaced out.
No, it's not me. That means I had lorazepam the first year because I was really, and I could not live during. I was like drowsy. The effects. I don't like second effects. I want to be me. Most of the people who had tinnitus are people that like to be in control of themselves and control. My tinnitus came because my children, I suppose, I had difficult teenagers and I went. So I think this is the reason that I was taking care of them too much and other people and things.
Your accent is from where?
I'm from Morocco. Spanish Morocco.
What do you usually mime? What's
About Torah things. I travel. I did a mime in the Moshav last Sunday. 6 women, Orthodox women, ritual things. You know, always with humor.
All right, well, thank you, very much, Stella.
And Baruch
You're welcome.
Hashem, we're
Surviving.
surviving and have faith and hope. And
Yeah.
and maybe this will be charity a little bit for some people who watch.
Yeah, just don't give up and be positive.
Thank you.
All right, it is getting dark, so thanks a lot to Stella and my dad, Michael, and I'm
Thank you,
David
David.
Cohen. So thanks for watching to all the viewers. Stay tuned, and we'll have more shows, Tinnitus TV, very soon.
Right, and also so many people are coming to visit Israel. Tinnitus people are coming here.